long time ago, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a king and a queen. They were kind and loved by their people. However, they had one wish. They wanted a child. For many years, they prayed and hoped for a baby, but they did not have one. One day, their wish came true. The queen gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. The king and queen were overjoyed. They decided to name her Aurora. The king and queen wanted to celebrate the birth of their daughter. They planned a big feast and invited many people to the castle. They invited the nobles, the knights, and the townspeople. Everyone in the kingdom was happy to hear about the princess. They also invited 12 kind fairies to bless the baby with gifts of magic. Each fairy gave Aurora a special gift. The first fairy said, "I give you the gift of beauty. You will be the most beautiful girl in the kingdom." The second fairy said, "I give you the gift of a lovely voice. You will sing like a bird." The third fairy said, "I give you the gift of kindness. You will have a good heart." The fourth fairy said, "I give you the gift of intelligence. You will be very smart and wise." Each fairy gave a wonderful gift to Aurora. But before the 12th fairy could speak, something terrible happened. The doors of the castle burst open. A dark, angry fairy named Maleficent entered the room. She was furious because she had not been invited to the feast. Everyone in the room froze in fear. Maleficent walked to the cradle where Aurora was sleeping. She looked at the baby and said in a loud voice, "Since you did not invite me, I will give Aurora a gift too. On her 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and die." The king and queen were horrified. They begged Maleficent to take back her curse, but she only laughed and disappeared in a cloud of smoke. The room was silent. Then, the 12th fairy stepped forward. She said, "I cannot take away the curse, but I can make it less terrible. Aurora will not die when she pricks her finger. Instead, she will fall into a deep sleep. She will sleep until a prince comes and gives her a kiss of true love." The king and queen were still worried. To protect Aurora, the king ordered all the spinning wheels in the kingdom to be burned. No one was allowed to own or use a spinning wheel. The knights went to every house in the kingdom and collected all the spinning wheels. They burned them in a large fire outside the castle. Aurora grew up to be a beautiful and kind girl, just as the fairies had promised. She lived in a cottage in the forest with the 3 good fairies who were protecting her. The fairies' names were Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. They pretended to be her aunts. They loved Aurora very much and tried to keep her safe. They taught her how to cook, clean, and take care of the house. Aurora loved the fairies and thought of them as her family. Aurora was not allowed to talk to strangers or leave the forest. The fairies were afraid that Maleficent would find her. Aurora often wondered why she could not visit the nearby towns. She dreamed of meeting other people and seeing the world outside the forest. One day, when Aurora was almost 16 years old, she went for a walk in the forest. She was singing a lovely song when a young prince heard her. His name was Prince Philip. He was riding his horse through the forest when he heard Aurora's beautiful voice. He followed the sound of her singing and saw her. He thought she was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. Aurora and Philip talked and laughed together. They felt happy and liked each other very much. But Aurora did not know that she was a princess. She only knew her life in the forest. Prince Philip did not know that Aurora was the princess he had heard about in the stories. He thought she was just a simple girl who lived in the forest. That night, the fairies decided to tell Aurora the truth. They told her that she was a princess and that she must return to the castle. Aurora was surprised and sad. She did not want to leave the forest, and she did not want to leave Prince Philip. But the fairies insisted that it was time for her to go home. They explained that her parents, the king and queen, were waiting for her. When Aurora arrived at the castle, the king and queen were very happy to see her. They hugged her and welcomed her home. They showed her the castle and her beautiful room. Aurora felt strange in the castle because everything was new to her. She missed the forest and her simple life with the fairies. But Maleficent had been watching. She knew Aurora had returned to the castle. Maleficent used her magic to create a spinning wheel and placed it in a hidden room. She was determined to make her curse come true. On Aurora's 16th birthday, she was walking through the castle. She found a secret staircase and followed it to a small room. Inside the room, there was a spinning wheel. Aurora had never seen a spinning wheel before. She was curious. Maleficent appeared and used her magic to make Aurora touch the spinning wheel. As soon as Aurora pricked her finger, she fell into a deep sleep. The three good fairies found Aurora in the hidden room. They were very sad. They placed her on a soft bed in a beautiful room. Then, they used their magic to make everyone in the castle fall asleep. They wanted the castle to remain peaceful until Aurora woke up. The fairies spread a protective spell around the castle to keep it safe. Prince Philip heard about Aurora's deep sleep. He wanted to help her, but Maleficent captured him and locked him in her castle. She wanted to stop him from saving Aurora. The three good fairies went to Maleficent's castle to help Prince Philip. They used their magic to free him. They gave him a magical sword and shield to fight Maleficent. Maleficent was very angry. She turned herself into a huge, fire-breathing dragon. Prince Philip fought bravely. He used the sword and shield to protect himself from the dragon's fiery breath. The battle was long and dangerous. With the help of the fairies, he defeated Maleficent. He returned to the castle and found Aurora. He gently kissed her. The kiss broke the curse, and Aurora woke up. Everyone in the castle woke up too. The king and queen were overjoyed to see their daughter awake and safe. Aurora and Prince Philip were very happy. They fell in love and soon got married. The kingdom celebrated their wedding with a big feast. People from all over the kingdom came to the castle to celebrate. Aurora and Prince Philip lived happily ever after. The three good fairies watched over them and kept them safe. The curse was broken, and peace returned to the kingdom. Aurora often thought about her time in the forest and visited the cottage where she grew up. She never forgot the lessons she learned from the fairies, and she remained kind, brave, and loving for the rest of her life.